Well, my story started in high school when I had a high school counselor that kind of made fun of my ambition to be a farmer, and he thought that was beneath a lowly ambition. And so I thought that a Purdue experience would be helpful in maybe proving that high school counselor wrong, that a person could be successful even if he was a farmer.
That story goes back, I think I was 4 years old. Grandpa was sitting around the table or something, we were talking, and I told Grandpa I was going to come back and take over his farm one of these days. So 14 years later, that was still part of the plan, and as a family, we want to try and keep the business rolling and keep marching forward. So farming was always, coming back to the farm was always going to be what I was wanting to do.
Oh golly, we are going back a ways. This was like 1962 when I was there. One reason I thought about going there, it was a whole different world at that time. We were struggling to survive. We'd moved here shortly before, and it was necessary to kind of educate yourself so you could survive, not just prosper, but in those days you thought more about surviving. I thought I've got to do some better things than what we're doing. So we investigated the short course. The thing I really liked about it was we didn't have like B-team teachers. We had professors that were there and they took time out of their day to work with us short course kids and gave us just the same amount of attention that they gave their full-time students, and I was really impressed with that.
I've had older relatives that went to school there, and they've had a measure of success, cousins and such, and just to me it had a little bit of prestige to it to have a Purdue degree.
Graduated in 2005 from high school, and during that time I had applied to go to higher ed. Dad had been able to go to school, and so I had applied to our local university, but the number one school for me was always going to be Purdue, wanting to get into that.
Well, at that time I was a little I was averse to foreign languages, and Ag Econ required a foreign language. So I was an agronomy major, but I ended up taking more classes in the econ department than in agronomy.
I had applied to be an agronomy major, and since application and that start date, I had kind of gone through the courses a little more with some of the information they had sent, and decided maybe agronomy was going to be a better maybe minor or associate's degree. So at that start date, I changed and went to the Ag Econ just based on some of the curriculum, kind of the reason why I steered myself into that department.
The short course was, I think there was 3 divisions. There was dairy and general ag, and I really don't even remember what the third one was. But we had some really good professors, and you knew going in this was not playtime. This was going to be busy time, and then when it was over, you're going to go back home and go to work and put some of these things that you learn into use.
It'd probably be easier for me to list the ones that had less of an impact, I guess.
Suter. Suter. And he came to class and talked to us just like we were his own kids. He was a great guy, and we really stressed, core values of economics.
Eric Osterly and his finance classes were just superb, and he was a lot of fun. He made it interesting every time. But Ag Econ, they had super people, and it's just a great experience to be at Purdue. The folks on Ag campus makes you feel like you matter, and I guess you could be invisible or lost in the crowd if you wanted to be, but if you need some attention, the people there are willing to give it to you.